Hello friends, today in this video you will learn about occurrence of carbon, allotropes of carbon, their properties, structure and uses. So let's begin. Occurrence of carbon. Carbon occurs in nature in free state as element mainly in two forms, diamond and graphite. But only a small amount of carbon occurs as free element in the Earth's crust. Mostly it occurs in the combined state in the form of compounds such as carbon dioxide gas in air, carbonates like limestone, marble and chalk, fossil fuels like coal, petroleum and natural gas, organic compounds like carbohydrates, fats, proteins and wood, cotton and wool, etc. Allotropes of carbon. The various physical forms in which an element can exist are called allotropes of the element. Carbon element exists in three solid forms called allotropes. The three allotropes of carbon are diamond, graphite and Buckminster fullerene. Let's study about the first allotrope of carbon, which is diamond. Well, it is a colorless transparent substance having extraordinary brilliance. It is quite heavy and the hardest natural substance known. It does not conduct electricity. If we burn diamond in oxygen, then carbon dioxide gas is formed and nothing is left behind. This shows that diamond is made up of carbon only. Thus, its symbol is taken to be capital C. The next allotrope of carbon is graphite. It is a grayish-black opaque substance. It is lighter than diamond. It is soft and slippery to touch. It conducts electricity. And if we burn graphite in oxygen, then carbon dioxide gas is formed and nothing is left behind. Again, this shows that graphite is made up of carbon only. And its symbol is also taken as capital C. This shows that diamond and graphite have different physical properties. Though they are made up of carbon atoms only, then why do they have different physical properties? Well, this is because of the different arrangements of carbon atoms in them. That is, their structures are different. Now, we will learn about their structures one by one. First one is structure of diamond. A diamond crystal is a giant, very big molecule of carbon atoms. Each carbon atom in the diamond crystal is bonded or linked to 4 other carbon atoms, forming a rigid three-dimensional structure and makes it a very hard substance. Its melting point is also very high, that is more than 3500 degrees Celsius. Why is it so? Why its melting point is very high? Well, this is because a lot of heat energy is required to break the strong covalent bonds in it. It is a non-conductor of electricity. Why? Well, as to conduct electricity, free electrons are needed. And as we know that a carbon atom has 4 valence electrons. And each carbon atom in diamond is bonded to 4 other carbon atoms by covalent bonds. Hence, there are no free electrons to conduct electricity. Now next is structure of graphite. A graphite crystal consists of layers of carbon atoms or sheets of carbon atoms. Each carbon atom in a graphite layer is joined to 3 carbon atoms by strong covalent bonds to form flat hexagonal rings. Why graphite is a soft substance? Well, the various layers of carbon atoms in graphite are far apart so that no covalent bonds can exist between them. Thus, the various layers of carbon atoms in graphite are joined by weak forces and can slide over one another. Due to this, graphite is a soft substance. It is a good conductor of electricity. As we know that a carbon atom has 4 valence electrons in it, and in a graphite crystal, each carbon atom is joined to only 3 other carbon atoms by covalent bonds. Thus, it has 1 free electron to conduct electricity. Uses of diamond. Diamonds are used in cutting instruments like glass cutters, saw for cutting marble, and in rock drilling equipment. They are used for making jewelry because of their extraordinary brilliance, due to their great ability to reflect and refract light. Sharp-edged diamonds are used by eye surgeons as a tool to remove cataract from eyes. Diamonds can be made artificially also by subjecting pure carbon to very high pressure and temperature. These are called synthetic diamonds. They are small only but otherwise indistinguishable from natural diamonds and cannot be used in jewelry. Uses of graphite. Due to its softness, it is used as a lubricant. It is also non-volatile, hence can be used for lubricating those machine parts which operate at very high temperature. It is used for making carbon electrodes or graphite electrodes in dry cell and electric arcs, as it is a good conductor of electricity. It is also used for making pencil leads and black paints. Now let's learn about the third allotrope of carbon, that is Buckminster fullerene. The name was given after the American architect Buckminster Fuller because its structure is similar to the framework of dome-shaped halls designed by Fuller for large international exhibitions. Buckminster fullerene is a football-shaped spherical molecule in which 60 carbon atoms are arranged in interlocking hexagonal and pentagonal rings of carbon atoms. There are total 20 hexagons and 12 pentagons of carbon atoms in one molecule of Buckminster fullerene. Its formula is C60. It is a dark solid at room temperature. It is a very small molecule as compared to diamond and graphite, as it is made up of only 60 carbon atoms. If we burn it in oxygen, then carbon dioxide is formed only and nothing is left behind. It is neither very hard nor soft. It is slippery due to weak intermolecular forces between molecules of Buckminster fullerene. It has low melting point as little energy is needed to break bonds. Uses of Buckminster fullerene, also called as buckyballs. It is used to store hydrogen as a fuel tank for fuel cell powered cars. It is used to reduce the growth of bacteria in pipes and membranes in water systems. Buckyballs may be used to trap free radicals generated during an allergic reaction and block the inflammation that results from an allergic reaction. For making bulletproof vests with inorganic buckyballs.